for this task, we're going to be doing our bacterial culture and sensitivity. We have all of our supplies. We have our patient, we have our agar plate, and we have our sterile applicator, our cotton applicator. So what we'll do is we will take a sample from along his gum line, and then we'll put it onto our plate. So we will open up our sterile applicator. And then we will just lift up his lip, and we just want to roll the applicator so that we get a good sample. So make sure that I'm able to see. Lift and swab. Now that we have our sample, we will open our plate, and we want to put it on in single layers. And we can also do it in the different quadrants. So we want to single layer for one quadrant, kind of a zigzag line for our next one. Another zigzag there, and then for our fourth one, so now we have our samples. So we're going to place them into our incubator, which is kept at 37 degrees Celsius, which is about 98 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the temperature that most bacteria grows best in. So we will label this and we'll put it into our incubator. Okay, so we have incubated our sample for 24 hours at 37 degrees Celsius, which is about 98 degrees Fahrenheit. And we can see a little bit of growth in our four quadrants. See if I can, yeah, in the light you can kind of see just a little bit, maybe not as much as I had expected, but we have a bit of growth there. So what we'll do now is we have made our own antibiotic discs with coffee filter paper and 3 different types of antibiotic solution. So our triangle is doxycycline, our circle is enrofloxacin, and our square is amoxicillin. So what we'll do now is we will place each one on a quadrant, and I'm using my sterile little tweezers from our cold sterile, so I'm not introducing any other bacteria in. And we will leave one of our quadrants open as kind of our control area. So we'll put our other 3 on, and then we'll incubate it again for another 24 hours. Put the top on, and we'll record our results. Okay, so we are now rechecking our bacterial culture and sensitivity disc. It's been another 24 hours incubation period since we have applied our antibiotic discs. So we will take a look, and let's see. So we had our doxycycline, our enrofloxacin, and our amoxicillin, and then our kind of control group. So we will remove our discs. And then note any changes. We can see which antibiotic was the most effective in treating our bacterial growth. So take a look at it kind of in the light, and it doesn't look like there was a ton of change. We didn't get a ton of bacterial growth to begin with, and then the bacteria that we did grow didn't seem to be enough to kind of respond to our antibacterial solutions. So a couple of reasons that this could have happened. First reason we can look at is why we didn't have as much bacterial growth. One problem could be if it was not incubated correctly at the right temperature. Because I took the bacteria from my dog's mouth, it needed a warm environment to grow. So we did keep it at about 100 degrees for 24 hours. But if it wasn't kept at that temperature, then that could definitely inhibit some bacteria growth. Since we know that it was kept at that temperature, some other reasons for the lack of a lot of growth could be, a problem with the plate. We ordered this from MWI. It was a nutrient agar disc, so also unlikely. It could also be that my dog has the cleanest mouth and no bacteria. Again, also unlikely. So there wasn't too much growth to begin with. And then when we applied our antibiotic discs, it seems like just a little bit of a change, but really not anything too notable or extreme. So we'll still record our results in the record.